Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer. Get ready to do Spider Slayer's Haul, episode number 31. This is the video series where each and every week I show you the comic books that I picked up at the store. And I must say, guys, this is a heavy haul this week, for me at least, as there was a lot of stuff that came out this week. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? All right, so here we go. So, I recently moved all my comic books into the garage because I had a huge leak in my daughter's closet, and it was hard to access all my comic books. So now I've been buying more boxes and stuff like that to try to make them, more organized. So of course I got another comic book box to separate my comics. So inside the box this week is the black bag of comics. As you can see, there's actually two, but one bag I think is just filled with bags and boards. Again, organizing comics, because when you buy 20 books a week or 15 books a week, that shit adds up quick, right? So, yeah, this one has just the bags and boards, so I'm not even going to bother with that one. So here is the bag with the comics, and let's get started with the haul right now. All right, so first things first. So we get to see the bag falls on the floor, the other crap, and we find out that the first thing we're going to review is just this. I guess this is a diamond guide for previews. They throw this in my book so I can create my pull list. So we have that on there. And then next we have the free previews book when it comes to Marvel Now, as it has some of those titles in there. Here it features Captain America issue number 1. Obviously, he's still involved with the whole Hydra situation. As we can see, Red Skull is there as well. Next is the Avengers, as it highlights a little bit of the Avengers in here. And this is the same artist, I guess Mike Del Mundo, who did, I think, Weird World. So this is going to be the artwork in that series, if you guys were looking to see what the artwork was going to be about. Here is Invincible Iron Man, as it shows Riri Williams in here as Ironheart. Pretty interesting artwork in there. I like it. I'm curious to see what this armor is about. So that has me intrigued already right there. Stuff like that is very cool. If you're a fan of Thor, we're going to get the Unworthy Thor. So this is pretty cool to go through this book and to see what's on here. Occupy Avengers, right? I guess, so we have that. The one that has Hawkeye in it. And Avengers 1.1. As this looks like it has a more classic style of Avengers in there. So if any of these books tickle your fancy, why don't you guys pick those up. So it talks about Squadron Supreme. So we got a little bit of everything in here. Inhumans versus X-Men. So yeah, so there is a little preview of the Marvel Now Previews Guide. So I'll check out some more of those titles. All right, so going into the comics now, the first thing we're going to talk about is DC Rebirth Action Comics, issue number 966. So this is going to be Superman's, I guess, first encounter with Lana and her new superpowers. So Action Comics has been a solid series. I love most of the stuff when it comes to Superman. Probably 90% of the titles have been in my top 5. It's a really great book, really awesome stuff to read. Artwork is a little bit different in this issue, which the way it but it's not bad art. It's really nice artwork. Lana looks really well done in here as well. So yeah, Action Comics issue 966. We got to figure out who that Clark Kent is too. It's bugging the hell out of me. So next is Chew issue number 59. Here we get to see one issue left after this one, the conclusion to it, and it even shows you on the back, and that kind of plays tribute to the first issue of Chew. So, man, I can't believe this series is actually ending. We're coming to the end, and I'm speechless because I started collecting comics again when this series came out, and this was one of the first independent books that I picked up, and it's a great series. So Chew issue 59. All right, next is Batman Detective Comics, issue 943, as we start a new story arc for this series. And it says, "Who is the first victim?" So, all the Batman books, for the most part, have been great. I haven't been a huge fan of All-Star Batman. Maybe I'm just done with Scott Snyder in general. I'm not saying that he's a bad writer in any stretch of the means, but overall, I've been enjoying these other Batman titles more. So I can't wait to see where this one goes. I think it has to do a lot more with Batwoman in here, as this has been pretty much her book. She's been the leader of this team. So this is Batman Detective Comics, issue 943. All right, next is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, as the Green Lantern Corps members are meeting up with Hal Jordan, and they're gonna stop the Yellow Lantern Corps and Sinestro and his parallax abilities. You can see that there's all hell breaking loose right away in this book. I think it's going to be awesome. It's great to see these two battle. They're just iconic hero, iconic villain, and it's been a great read so far. A lot better, than the Green Lantern series from New 52, and even the Green Lantern series has been phenomenal as well. So this is issue number 7 of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. All right, next is, technically it's not a new number 1. It's actually number 12, but it's the first Miss Marvel Now book. It's no more longer tied into Civil War. Miss Marvel is dealing with the aftermath with her best friend Bruno, who is leaving, and she no longer idolizes Captain Marvel, and so it'll be interesting to see the next character development of this character. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it will be good. It just pisses me off, though, that Marvel sits there and charges $5 for this. So this is Miss Marvel issue number 1. All right, next we have another independent book, and that is Saga, chapter number 39. Saga is always a well-done book. It always has these big jaw-dropper type of situations that happen in the issues. It's a really great story. We got to see the babysitter, the ghost babysitter, wind up getting killed in the last issue. Didn't expect that whatsoever. I think we might be coming towards the end of the story arc soon, and then they take a break. It's always like 4 to 6 issues, basically what a lot of the Image titles are doing these days. So this is Saga, chapter 39. All right, next, another independent book, and that is Savage Dragon, issue number 217, as I think this continues the team up with Malcolm Dragon and Spawn, and their team up with the Ant, as Eric Larson is reintroducing the character Ant in the book. Love Savage Dragon. I think it has a cult following. Love his artwork. It just, like I've said before, it reminds me of traditional comic books with all the cool, fancy sounds and just, classic paneling that it has to offer for its fans. So this is Savage Dragon, issue number 217. All right, next is the Totally Awesome Hulk, dude, issue number 11. Civil War tie-in. How does it tie in to Civil War? Not too sure. Looks like it has a bunch of arrows, and Amadeus Cho is actually crushing those arrows. So is he pissed off at Hawkeye? Is he going to go after Hawkeye? Is he going to kill Hawkeye? That would be pretty cool. That would be different, something that you wouldn't expect. I doubt he's going to do that, but it's a misleading cover, but we'll see where it goes. So, Totally Awesome Hulk, issue 11. All right, next we have Wonder Woman, issue number 9, as this continues. Is this the year 1 story? No, I think this is the actual current story of what's going on in the book. Great art, great story overall. Wonder Woman's 75th anniversary. How could you go wrong? So this is issue number 9. Next, we have Venom Space Knight, issue number 13. I've been digging Venom Space Knight until the end of the last issue, as they wind up meeting up with the what's her name? Mania, I think her name was, or whatnot. And then she's like possessed by some like hell spell, and she's like a demon now. So it's just much more than purging the symbiote from her. It's purging like magic from her too. So I don't know, man. We'll see where Venom goes and how it ends and how it launches into Marvel now. So this is Venom Space Knight issue number 13. All right, next we have an independent from IDW. This is Revolution Transformers. It ties into that series. Really awesome cover, Soundwave. Looks like it's got Skywarp or Thundercracker, one of the two. And it's got Rom, the Space Knight. This is Cat Comic Uno's favorite character. I'm telling you right here, Rom, the Space Knight. You ask her, she can tell you everything and anything you want to know about Rom, the Space Knight. Ask her. Definitely. So looking forward to this. Always love when Transformers are in the actual issue. They're badass. The artwork is fantastic. And this is issue number 1 of Revolution. All right. Sorry if my camera is a little jumpy or skippy. It's not working too well. It's my computer. It needs to be replaced. All right. Next is Teen Titans issue number 1, the official number 1. The last time we had a Rebirth issue. This kicks off the story. Really badass cover as we have Damian, who's in charge of this team now. And this will be cool to see how this story turns out. Really liked the artwork in the last issue. I thought Starfire worked really well. The weird thing is, though, is all these guys have like this blue aura around them. Alfred does, Damian does. Not sure if I dig that too much, but nevertheless, it looks cool. Starfire, Beast Boy, so Kid Flash in there. So interesting stuff. So yeah, Teen Titans issue number 1. All right, next we have from Marvel, Clone Conspiracy tie-in. It's Prowler issue 1 from Marvel now. Yeah, I don't know what to expect with the Prowler. I don't know if we're going to see what he's been doing since he became this reanimated. I don't know if you get to see like the inside of New U technology. This will be interesting to see his point of view of everything that's going on, or what led him up to this point. If you want to take a brief look at the artwork here, here's a nice pinup page of the Prowler as well. Soft colors in this book. Not too dark, which I would think it would be a little bit darker since it has to do with the Prowler. But nevertheless, it looks pretty cool. He's doing battle against Jack-O-Lantern there. So that's awesome too. So maybe I'll lead him up to this point until he became what he is today. So this is the Prowler issue number 1. All right, next we have still continuing on with Civil War II tie-ins, and that's Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 13. Yeah, this you know, I don't know. I'm just reading it to see what happens at the end. I couldn't even tell you what happened in the end of the last issue. It looks like they're just not getting along with Carol. And, yeah, I don't know. The book looks good, I can tell you what, but this is the one of these books I truly did not remember what happened in issue number 12, because it just wasn't that memorable. So this is Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 13. All right, next we have Civil War II, issue number 6. You know, I think this is when it was supposed to end, and now we wind up getting another issue. You know, fancy cover, $5 book. The cliffhanger was left with Miles killing Captain America. I have enjoyed Civil War. But it is drawn out, and the last cliffhanger with the whole Miles situation was just totally unbelievable. And at this point, you got to sit there and say, okay, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, you're wrong in every way, shape, or form. Just get over yourself and let's just move on. There's no need for it to go on. This thing could have been over probably issue number 4 or 5. Not extended to issue number 6 or 7. So we'll see where it goes. So Civil War II, issue number 6, as Miles kills Captain America, which is not true, because we wind up seeing in that previews book that Steve Rogers is still alive. So we all know he doesn't kill him. It's some other bullshit, right? Okay. Next from DC Comics is DC Rebirth, Batman Beyond, issue number 1. We get a fresh new start. The Rebirth issue had Joker being brought back to life. So how does he influence or start to become Terry McGinnis's arch nemesis? I don't know. We'll see. Let's open up the book. Let's check out the artwork in here. Looks pretty good, I guess, from what you see, the first-hand look. I think it's not bad. I just hope the story will be, will be a book that you can read for a very long time. Again, I don't get what's going on with the red eyes. I always liked Batman Beyond with white eyes. But that's just me. You guys can tell me that in the comments below. So that's Batman Beyond, issue 1. All right, next we have Batgirl, issue number 4. I actually didn't read issue number 3. I was very busy those couple of weeks. Still have to catch up on issue 3. But cover looks cool. I'm not sure what the villain's name. Teacher Knows Best. So if you guys want to tell me who that villain is, yeah, go ahead and tell me in the comments below. I like the artwork. I've enjoyed the story from what I read from issues number 1 and 2. And I'm going to keep holding on to Batgirl. I think she's an interesting character. A nice mix between, New 52 Batgirl, then that Burnside Batgirl. This is a nice mix. So, yeah, this is issue number 4. All right, next we have the 75th anniversary issue of Wonder Woman. Beautiful looking cover, very glossy. Like, this is a huge book. It's $8. So if you need to, want to spend the money on it, go ahead, shell out $8. It's very thick. I'm sure it has like different stories in here that plays tribute to the character from over the years. Different artists are writing in it. Here we get to see a couple of good, nice little sketches in there with the character, which, you can always appreciate. Yeah, this is a beautiful looking book. I can't wait to read all these stories and see what this whole thing is all about. But yeah, if you want to check it out, guys, remember $8 for the Wonder Woman 75th anniversary issue. Very good time for her to come out with this book, being that her movie's coming out and everything else. All right, next. And the books just keep coming, baby. All new, all different Avengers issue 15. And guess what? It's a Civil War II tie-in. Who would have thought, right? Here we got Jane Foster on the cover. But when you open up this book, the artwork looks pretty. Really like that right there. But then I noticed when you flip it around, it's one of these books. It's like a calendar or something. It's all the pages go sideways. It's a bunch of pinup pages, but it's got Doctor Doom on there, like classic Doctor Doom. So what's going on in this book? I'm not sure. So the stories have been all over the place. It hasn't been consistent. So we'll see where this all goes. So all new, all different Avengers issue 15. A lot of stuff to read this week. All right. And next was a catch-up issue that I realized I didn't buy. It was Nova issue number 11. How it kind of leads into him, I guess, eventually meeting I can't remember the old Nova's name offhand. Oh, it's bugging the crap out of me. Oh, Richard Rider, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it leads into that. And I wanted to catch up on this, and I finally got around to buying it. So we got that. And then I think last but not least, guys, we got the Image Plus Previews magazine as it continues the story of Here's Negan, part number 7. If you watched The Walking Dead this week, we all know it was all about Negan and his introduction to the show, and everyone was up in arms about that episode. And I'll be putting up the latest review / recap on this particular part of Here's Negan right after this haul. So guys, there you have it. I mean, it took forever to go through all this stuff, about 19 minutes worth of comics to look at. And so guys, now it's your turn in the comments below. Tell me all the comics you picked up for the week, which ones you're most excited for, which ones you're least excited for. And if you guys have a chance, if there's a book that you want me to review today, leave a comment and I'll see if I can get that review up for you as soon as possible. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline, and until that next comic book review, This is Mike Spider Slayer saying thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.